Happy New Year, guys, from Dropping Jewels Podcast. I want to wish everyone an awesome new year. It has been a crazy year in 2024, so hopefully moving forward, we're able to master this journey called life and do what is best. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I am all on all the major listening platforms, so definitely look out for that. But I want to talk about resolutions. Can you really keep your New Year resolutions this time? And so sometimes we talk about losing weight, we talk about eating better. But one thing I think is missing, and I feel like it has to be addressed, is maybe things we can change about our everyday life, which starts with our habits. Like habits is something that is hard to break. It's something that we put ourselves in a situation to be in certain incidences every day, and we don't know how to get out of that, right? So it can be a settled or regular tendency or practice. Now, how can we break out those habits? Well, here's some suggestions. Now, we can definitely replace those habits with positive ones. So it's always good to substitute those habits that we tend to sometimes overlook. So let's talk about it. We can be honest with ourselves. We can figure out why we do those things. Sometimes we have to dig deep into who we are and why we make those moves that we make. It's good to set goals and create a plan because in order for you to be able to go in a specific direction, you have to know where you're coming from. I'm a big goal writer. I write my goals down for the next 5 years. Tell your friend about your goals. It's okay to talk about your goals. I remember I was in a working environment and someone told me that I always have a plan. And I was like, okay. I thought that was very strange because you should have a plan. I mean, in this crazy world that we live in this journey that we go through called life, it's definitely imperative to have some type of plan and some type of goal in place. Now, don't get all flustered if you're unable to get those goals as soon as you put it into effect. Just say if you wanted to get those goals in 2 weeks, let's be realistic about it because sometimes it is a process to be able to get and gain those goals. And give yourself some time. It's okay to take time out to place yourself in a position where you're able to go ahead and create those goals. And then don't give up on yourself. Habits are hard to break, but you know you more than anyone else. You have people on the outside making comments here or there. You have people either you know as family that may not know who you are, but you know who you are. So don't give up on yourself. Another resolution I think that is something that we need to put in the forefront is take care of your mind. That is the most important thing. I mean, whoa, there's so much stuff going on, guys. So much stuff. So sometimes it's good to stop worrying and thinking about certain problems or pains because that forces you to think about other things, right? It forces you to create problems, have mental instability, um, be in a place of discomfort. So here are some good, just kind of things and tidbits to kind of get you into the place of taking care of your mind. So one thing we can do is prioritize your sleep. Let me tell you, as adults with children, without kids, the chaos and the havoc of the world of working and just listen to the news and everything else like that, it is important to prioritize your sleep. When you're tired, you're tired. Like, get that sleep. It's always good to kind of duck out and possibly take a nap if possible. What's also good is to exercise. That helps mental health as well. Now, I don't necessarily mean exercise really hard, like in the gym, right? But you could walk around, right? You can be active around your house. You can go to the park and walk. You could walk in your neighborhood. You can go walk to the mailbox. Those things like that, simple, small things can get your mind right in regards to making sure that you become stress free and anxiety free. So, improving that can assist with having a great mental space. A balanced diet is important. Making sure you eating a balanced diet, that's what nutrients give your body the nutrients it needs. So it's okay to go ahead and get some granola bars instead of candy bars. It's okay to go ahead and get juice instead of, I say, cold drink. Because for anyone who doesn't know, I'm from New Orleans, but some people say soda or pop. So it's okay to be able to find those alternatives to get those nutrients in your body. And also water, being able to intake water is also a good source. But remember, your body is full of water anyway. So we don't want to take too much of water in our body, but we want to take enough so we're able to replenish ourselves and give ourselves energy. And mindfulness. I'm going to try this year meditation, deep breathing, you know, um, forgetting about all those worrisome thoughts and just move forward with positive things that you can focus on and that you can deal with. And another thing, let me tell you, followers. Now, I know social media has definitely taken over, has definitely taken over. But for some reason, we have to find a way to minimize that because sometimes that social media can cause a declutter of the mind and the loss of clarity. Okay, so how can we declare the mind? Sometimes it's good to be able to maybe find resources online that's going to benefit you, right? Not look at messy things, not look at shocking things, not take what someone has rumored and run with it and say, okay, this is what really happened. Um, watch less of that. And if you're going to do social media, do something that's going to benefit you. Do something that's going to give you that different perspective on how it's going to benefit you in your life because that's how you heal your mind. If you declutter all that stuff that's in your mind, you start clearing unnecessary thoughts, worries, distractions. And I honestly feel like social media is just that, it's distractions. There's so many teenagers, all they do is look on their phone. They could stand at the bus stop, they're looking at their phone instead of being aware of what's going on around you. So it's definitely gets them to focus on the social media aspect, being the followers. Oh, I want to like this video and this and that. But truth be told, you have to stay focused so your brain and your mind can be decluttered and you can minimize those distractions and concentrate on more important tasks at hand. When I say respect, communication, and love, oh my God. And that is so, I don't know what's going on. That's missing. That's missing these days. Respecting is feeling of deep admiration for someone or something based upon their abilities, their qualities, or achievements. There's so many people. When I say haters are out there, hmm haters are out there. And when I say when they have the intense feeling of not liking you, not respecting you, not acknowledging you. Mm-mm. Let's do better. Let's do better. Not just, starting off the new year. If you're gonna change, why not start off the beginning of the year? Right? Why not start off a whole, new calendar year? And let's see if we can create those habits that are positive. Communication. That's lacking. That's lacking. So try to be able to communicate effectively, exchange information, receive information. You know, sometimes people do more talking instead of listening. And so it becomes a sense of, I don't understand what you're saying. So I'm not going to listen to you, respect you, love your thoughts. So let's try to change that habit. Let's make that part the resolution as well. Let's embrace each other. Man, that is so important because I feel like that's what we're not doing. We're not embracing each other. We're not being able to show signs of affection or accept or support people's thought processes. You know, um, we're not willing to be affectionate towards each other. Just for that, just supporting, welcoming individuals with open arms. And that could be your relationships that you're in, your family, your children, strangers, even friendships. Those things are something that we need to really be mindful of. And it's not about, you know, totally different than what maybe your other personal goals would be, which is saving money, putting money aside, creating emergency fund, trying to get this job, trying to get this. Those are your personal goals. But these goals that I've mentioned, habits, taking care of your mind, not being so much followers, focusing on self respect, your heart, loving individuals, communicating and embracing each other. Those things to me is the greatest New Year's resolution. And so I hope these tidbits and strategies can help you become a better version of you because that's what Dropping Jewels podcast is all about. So again, thank you guys for listening. Also, listen to my episodes on all major listening platforms. I'm talking about from um, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Apple Music. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe. You can subscribe to the podcast as well. And also, there's more videos and episodes that'll actually come, hopefully more often and more frequently. Listen to the latest episode that I have called Doubting Yourself. And also, I have another one called I Discovered My Authentic Self. So definitely look for that. I appreciate those who are listening. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe so you can have more content. But also, you have my YouTube channel, Dropping Jewels Podcast 504. So definitely subscribe to that. And also subscribe to the major listening platforms, from iHeartRadio to Spotify to all the major listening platforms. So you can always search at it. Google, not Google, but yeah, you can Google my name, but you also search at it through and type in Dropping Jewels Podcast, and you'll be able to see it. It's through the orange microphone, orange background with the microphone. And until then, guys, thank you so much. Happy New Year.